What's good, y'all? It's your guy Bendu, and I came across this video on Twitter, and it was Jen Psaki. She got into a little verbal kerfuffle with I love that word so much, kerfuffle. She got into a verbal kerfuffle with a Newsweek journalist, I believe, and basically, like, she was asking her about basically what we all feared was that Biden would just basically be controlled by like basically the deep state. So our fears have been realized with that. He's been, you know what, I'll let you watch the video first and then I'll come back.
Thanks, Jen. I have questions on a couple different topics. First, given the number of former Obama administration officials that are now in this Biden administration and the president's relatively light schedule, there's a growing perception that this is really just the third term of President Obama. What do you say to people who say that?
Who were saying that? Who's saying that?
You hear that a lot in the media.
Who in the media?
Different people.
Like?
Well, there was lots of questions about when you had Japanese Prime Minister Suga here on the one and only so far in-person bilateral head of state meeting. It was Vice President Kamala Harris who greeted the Prime Minister. Many people found that odd. She's already taking independent one-on-one calls with key allies like Prime Minister Morrison and Justin Trudeau. So I just want to get your reaction to people who question that.
Well, it's hard to react when I don't know what people you're talking about. I will say that the president met with the Prime Minister, as you know, and had a full meeting, a full press conference afterwards, and they even shared a meal. So, and the president has had dozens of conversations and calls with world leaders, and should be no surprise that the vice president is also playing an important role, engaging with and having discussions with foreign leaders.
So as y'all saw there, both of them, like, first of all, just how childish they're acting. Like, you got Jen Psaki dancing around a question, then you have the journalist, I forgot what her name was, but you have the journalist clearly trying to frame it in this dumbass, like, Newsweek, Fox News conservative lens, like, oh, Biden's just letting everybody do everything, when really, like, unless you know you like the fucking government propagandizing you and jerking you off, basically just giving you a hand job with propaganda. Every president does that because every president acts in the interest of special interest groups like the military industrial complex, like big pharma. Like, it's not like, this isn't rocket science. Now, the fear was that Joe Biden was going to be super controlled because he has fucking dementia. Like, he's not there all the way. So, you know, but my thing is, like, he's basically been doing the same shit, you know, like the journalist there said Obama was doing, and doing the same shit that Trump was doing, but more so continuing Obama's projects more so. So yes, that journalist was correct, but since she doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about, she's only talking about it through a fucking dumbass partisan lens that she can't bring. Like, you don't necessarily have to quote media outlets, just say, well, he's continuing the fucking war campaign in Syria. He's continuing drone strikes. He's continuing not giving people health care. But she's, you know, she's not going to say that shit because she's a fucking moron and she's at Newsweek. So they're just going to bullshit. Oh, he's making people wear masks and shit, like dumbass shit like that. But it's like, it's so easy to critique this administration for the fuckery that they're doing. It's not hard. Like, I'm doing it and I'm in my basement drunk as fuck right now. I would say hi, but I got to take a drug test for a job. Sucks, but yeah, so like the things I listed there, you know, Obama, the continuation of the bombing campaign in Syria, the continued crackdowns on Russia, like, you know, or sanctions crackdowns, continued sanctions crackdowns, and trying to overthrow Venezuela, militarizing the police. There's so many fucking things you could point out, but a lot of those things they can't list because Trump would have done the same fucking thing. Trump continued the militarization of the police. Trump continued the campaign in Syria, not as much as Biden is right now. And I will say Trump was more hesitant about, you know, doing campaigns in Syria, but he was still bombing Syria. He was still stealing the oil in Syria. We were still occupying Syria under him. Like, you know, so they're doing all this, they're doing the same shit, but everybody's just trying to point the finger, oh, Trump bad, or, you know, from the shit lib side, and you got the fucking dumbass Trump cult people like, oh, Biden's bad, da da da. They're all shit. They're trash. They're trash. And it's so fucking weird that I always end up debating conservatives from the lens, like they think I'm defending Biden, and I'm not defending Biden. What I'm saying is that every president, including your Lord and Savior Donald Trump, is garbage. Donald Trump was not an anti-interventionist. Donald Trump almost took us to war with Iran. We came to the brink of our war with Iran, and Biden is continuing that. So that's what's so confusing to me. Like in many ways, he's continuing the work of Donald Trump, just like he is continuing the work of Barack Obama. But more specifically, back onto the Obama part, he's surrounding himself with the same people: Michelle Flournoy, Tony Blinken. There's a lot of aides and different people from the Obama era that's there. This is the third term of fucking Barack Obama, but this is the continuation of the Democratic Party's neoliberal agenda. That's why it's not like surprising, Fox News, Fox News is trying to frame it as that because they're just trying to point the finger at Democrat bad right now because a Democrat's in the White House. Like, and it's if it were up to the will of the people, neither party would be in power. So you'll have like Republicans like, oh, if the elections weren't rigged, Democrats would never win the election. And then, Democrats say the same thing, vice versa. But it's like if the will of the people were actually reflected in voting and selecting leaders, none of you fuckers would be in power. We would have Medicare for all. We would have a Green New Deal, because these are all policy points that are popular. I'm not just trying to continue shitting on conservatives, but, Fox News and I don't like to talk about Fox News because I don't feel like Fox News is representative of the everyday conservative. I feel like they're representative of the bourgeois conservatives and everything. Like more of like the YouTube elements and shit like that, like the conservative twins. I forgot what their real names are, but I watch their channel. I fuck with them. I don't agree with their politics, but I think they're funny. I fuck with them. And the Ben Shapiro's, Steven Crowder's and everything, like more aligned with those people. Like they argue against the popular policy points, and it's like you can't have a genuine discussion with people about this shit because they believe the bullshit that is told to them by these talking heads. Like it's ridiculous. And then they go out and debate shit libs, and they go out and debate the pink-haired woke people and pretend like that's the thought process on the left, when it's like you didn't go talk to Richard Wolff, you didn't go talk to Chris Hedges, you didn't go talk to Jimmy Dore, you didn't go talk to Breonna Joy Gray, you didn't go talk to Justin Jackson. They'll talk to fucking LeBron, they'll talk about LeBron James all day, but won't say a single word about Justin Jackson. That's my gripe with the conservatives, is they do the same thing as Democrats, where they frame leftism in this in the same bullshit misrepresenting way that liberals frame conservatism, or they say liberals frame conservatism. Because I do think even shit libs like the Young Turks and Sam Cedar, there are ways that they frame conservatism that is absolutely 100% true. It is, but obviously I don't agree with everything, every way they frame it, because I don't agree with them on much anyway. But yeah, so it's just ridiculous, man. Like that, you have this childish back and forth, like Jen Psaki's dancing, however the fuck you say her name, man, dancing around the question, and then the journalist obviously doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about. It's like, literally, you can throw me in that room and I can ask better questions and probably make Jen Psaki sweat more than that fucking journalist, because it's like nobody's gonna ask this nigga real questions anyway. Like they can literally prop Joe Biden up there every day, and they're not gonna ask him real questions unless you get like a Sager in there, or Glenn Greenwald or somebody like that. You don't have a lot of good journalists like that anymore. So. But I'm going to go ahead and close the video out there. I just wanted to give my thoughts on that because I saw it on Twitter. I was like, this is interesting. I'm going to go ahead and do a reaction to this. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. If you're on YouTube, hit that subscribe button and comment, and also hit that thumbs up button. I don't think I said that. I said subscribe button. Yeah. If you're on Odyssey, hit that flame emoji, share the channel as well. Subscribe to the channel, show love, because I already told y'all, you already know this. I'm going to be talking about it tomorrow during the live stream. Yes, I am doing a live stream tomorrow, but the YouTube CEO already admitted that they're stifling independent media channels, specifically political channels, and that's who they're specifically targeting. So I'm positive that's why my channel hasn't grown the way I feel it should. And even though I feel that, and I'm not talking crazy numbers. I'm not saying, I deserve 20,000 subscribers. I should be at least 1,000 subscribers, though. It's crazy that I'm not at 1,000 subscribers. So, But yeah, so just continue showing love on there, y'all. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. Peace.